on the floor. That was when the car door jerked open, and a guy shoved in on the front seat beside me.
All right, drive. This is a gun in your guts. Drive like the devil.
You're giving the orders, MacDonald. I had $1,000 worth of George MacDonald in my car. $500 if I had delivered him to Happy Halligan, the used car king that was trying to get fat in the rackets. And $500 if I delivered him to Naomi, Mrs. Eddie Slogan. Only Eddie Slogan, big boss of the L.A. rackets, was looking for Mac. And every cop in L.A. was looking for Mac. And that thing Mac's left hand kept shoving into my side had some eager bullets in it. We exchanged some polite conversation around Azusa, but we didn't get any place till we were pulling into L.A.
Hey, slow down, will you? That's a cop car we just passed. You want us to get stopped?
You got the gun, Mac. That makes you the captain.
Okay, pull over. Listen, Regan, one yap out of you and you'll get it, see?
Sure, Mac. Maybe the cops won't know who you are.
They went past. They're after somebody else.
All right if I drive now, Captain?
Yeah, sure. Only take it easy.
Sure. Where we bound for, Mac?
I don't know.
They got nice rooms at the Biltmore.
Cut it out, Regan.
Listen, MacDonald, if the Slogan guys get to you, you'll get it like a rat in a gutter.
Shut up!
And the funny part is, you weren't the guy that was up there in the canyon and witnessed the killing.
How do you know that?
We'll get to how I know it. Listen, Mac, I'll give you a break. I'll hide you out.
Well, Regan, if you're trying to pull anything, I'll...
Yeah? Got a better offer?
Why doesn't he come? Why doesn't he come?
He's coming.
You sure I'll be okay here?
Better than my place. Slogan mob's on the knee.
Well, Jeffrey.
Hi, Lion.
A late evening holiday week call. Come in, welcome.
Sure. Thanks.
Hey, sit down, both of you. I was just sitting smoking a Christmas Corona and meditating on the peace and bounty of the holiday season.
Lion, like to have you meet George MacDonald.
Yeah, how do you do? As I was saying, I was meditating on the peace and... Oh, Jeffrey,
Matt's going to stay here at your house with you for a couple of days, Lion.
Jeffrey, you can't. You couldn't. You wouldn't.
The Eddie Slogan mob and the cops are after him. He's got to hide out.
Jeffrey, putting a thing like this on a sick old man.
There's $1,000 in it for international detectives.
$1,000? Yes, so there is. Hey, but why can't we turn him over to our clients? No offense to you, Mr. MacDonald, but this is business.
There's another way. MacDonald wasn't the guy who witnessed the Slogan mob killing. I find the guy who did witness it.
But I thought MacDonald was the witness.
Well, he wasn't. He's left-handed.
What, Jeffrey?
MacDonald's left-handed. Happy Halligan said something about that. Said Mac used to be a southpaw pitcher once. And when Mac held me up in my car tonight, he kept the gun in his left hand.
That may all be very well,
but the fellow the gas station guy identified as the witness to the Slogan rub-out was right-handed.
How do you know that?
He drove into the gas station in the demonstrator car MacDonald had been using. An English right-hand drive car. And he stuck his right hand with a gun in it out the car window. And the gas station guy grabbed his wrist and got the gun. It was MacDonald's car and MacDonald's gun. But it wasn't MacDonald.
Let's see. Steering wheel on the right side, right-hand window, right hand out the window. Yes, that's right.
Where were you that night, MacDonald?
I don't remember.
Look, you better give me all the help you can.
Well, I was pulling a job. Burglary. I got sent up for it once, and I laid off.
Skip it that part. You didn't take the right-hand drive car on the job. Is that right?
I did the job with another guy. We used his car. I left the demonstrator in front of my place.
And then when you got home, the right-hand car was gone.
The next morning, a guy I know that's with Slogan gave me the tip Slogan had just put out the word to get me, so I lammed.
Your boss Halligan have duplicate keys for his demonstrators, MacDonald?
Sure.
Well, how did your gun get into it? Maybe you'd left it in the car.
I saw the serial number in the papers. It was an old one I lost 6-8 months ago.
Or maybe it was stolen from you. That might fit.
What do you mean, Jeffrey?
McDonald, your ex-boss, Slogan, he the kind to leave important stuff around? Maybe written on a phone pad?
I never worked for Eddie Slogan.
I got a friend, Gabby, knows what goes on around town. Says different.
Okay, but I busted with Eddie 5 months ago.
Over Naomi?
How did you...
Mrs. Eddie Slogan? She told me she was in love with you.
Not for 6 months. She stuck with him.
Well, I'll see you, fellas.
Jeffrey, you can't leave me
Take
here
good care of him, Lion. And don't let the cops or Eddie Slogan shoot up the place.
Jeffrey! Jeffrey!
I left the two happy pals side by side in front of the Lion's molting Christmas tree. Maybe when I told the gas station kid up at the junction of the Canyon Road, the guy in McDonald's car with McDonald's gun wasn't McDonald, he'd come up with something that'd lead me to the guy who was. But it was too late to go up there till morning, so I went to my place on Taft to get some sleep.
Give him something extra for expenses, Eddie Slogan says. He don't leave town like he's told.
It was one of Santa Slogan's little helpers. The one with the gray eyes. He'd been waiting, and he came at me, only this time he didn't have his 4 hits with him, so I didn't have to miss. I landed one before Gray Eyes got started, but when he got started, he was hard to stop. He had something white and fisted up and hard in the ends of his sleeves that kept exploding in my face like it had been imported from Oak Ridge. And then I kicked him in the stomach. He landed in the middle of the coffee table. Funny, when he came up, he had a hunk of the coffee table in his hand.
All right, Regan.
When I opened my eyes, Gray Eyes was gone. Somebody was coming toward me out of the kitchen. Or was I dreaming?
Regan, you all right? I can't stay in the open. I can't sleep.
The next morning, I went into the kitchen to make myself orange juice and coffee. I had a head. Couldn't find the juice squeezer, so I got in my car and started for the gas station up past San Bernardino. I could get breakfast along the road. I picked up the morning papers at a corner, and then I pulled over in the next block and stopped. It was a headline. The gas station guy had been murdered 3 hours ago. And all the papers reported something queer. The guy's military comb and brush set, his wristwatch, and his toothbrush had been stolen by whoever it was that killed him. When I got back to my place on Taft, the phone was ringing. Yeah?
Jeffrey, I'm glad to get you. What a night I've spent.
You spend a message unit to tell me that?
Yeah, but Jeffrey, there was someone lurking around the house.
Eddie Slogan, social worker, maybe.
I think so, Jeffrey. And George McDonald must have thought so.
Yeah?
Because, Jeffrey, he became so nervous and worried that suddenly he slipped out of the house and left.
Left?
Yeah, half an hour ago.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I did, Jeffrey. I just did.
Yeah, you did. Well, Fatso, I got business. So long. I hung up the phone, stopped long enough to put on the new gold tie clip the Lion gave me for Christmas, and drove to Beverly Boulevard. I did some arithmetic on the way. Phone pad, plus cigar holder, plus cigarette lighter stolen from the scene of the Slogan mob killing, plus wristwatch, toothbrush, brush and comb set stolen when the gas station guy was murdered. I stuck a cigarette in my mouth, absent-mindedly reached down for my dashboard lighter. What I got was a hole. I added another item. Dashboard cigarette lighter stolen from Jeff Regan. A couple of blocks ahead on Beverly Boulevard was the Happy Halligan used car lot, where I'd left my car the day before to ditch the black sedan full of Slogan mobsters. I mentally added one more item to my list and drove past Happy Halligan's car lot and out on to Beverly Hills.
Regan, come in.
Thanks.
I
Mix your drink?
No, thanks.
Regan, last night...
You walked out on me after your husband's helper sapped me.
Well, I came to see you. I wanted to talk.
Then the mug showed up and you had to hide.
I hid in the kitchen.
Yeah, but after he left, you beat it in case somebody came back.
Well, I had to if Eddie had...
You want to talk now?
Sure.
Well, guess that gives you about the complete collection, lady.
What?
Toothbrush, phone pad, cigar holder, wristwatch, McDonald's gun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My dashboard cigarette lighter when you were in my car out behind the bowling alley yesterday. My orange juice squeezer from my kitchen last night.
I didn't steal anything.
Well, what's my new gold Christmas tie clasp doing in your hand right now?
Regan, you stinking louse!
Baby, maybe a racket boss's wife can afford to be a kleptomaniac. But she shouldn't mix it with murder. That wrapped it up. Naomi was the same as signed her name to the gas station guy's murder once you figured out the key. I called the cops and they picked her up. It was a big morning for them. They'd already picked up George McDonald in North Hollywood. I dropped by the Lyons house to see if he'd survived. He'd had 10 pounds scared off him, but there was plenty of them left.
And all those silly, useless odds and ends stolen by that woman, Mrs. Slogan, because she was a kleptomaniac. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
But Jeffrey, even with the fact that she had McDonald's car and gun, how could the gas station fellow have mistaken Mrs. Slogan for McDonald when she was a woman?
He didn't.
Didn't?
The Slogans used to go up the canyon often. The gas station was at the road junction. The attendant was a young, good-looking guy.
Oh, you mean she...
Naomi stole McDonald's car to go up to see that gas station guy. She talked him into helping her frame McDonald. She probably never intended that the kid would live long enough to give the frame away.
Well, a very sweet girl, Jeffrey. No, but the case is over now. Oh, yeah, have a cigar, Christmas Corona.
Oh, thanks.
Light?
Thanks.
Seems to be out of fluid.
Well, I've got my lighter.
Oh, fine.
Right here in my... I had it. Well...
It's not in your pocket, Jeffrey?
Yeah, but I had it this morning when I left to go to see Naomi. Oh.
Jeff Regan, Invfestigator, is written by William Frug and William Fifield, produced by Sterling Tracy, directed by Gordon T. Hughes, and stars Frank Graham as Regan, with Frank Nelson as Anthony J. Lyon. Original music is by Dick Arant.
There's more from the amazing Mr. Malone, Jeff Regan, Invfestigator, Case Closed, and all of the other Relic Radio podcasts at relicradio.com. There's also a Shoutcast stream there with even more old-time radio, and if you'd like to help support it all, give that donate button a click. Your support makes all of this possible. Thank you to those who have helped out. Thanks for joining me this week. I'll be back next Wednesday with another hour of Case Closed.